Hey there, it is Anna Runyon from Classy Career Girl, and I'm excited to pop in here and to do a live stream. I'm actually doing live streams on Monday. So if you follow our Facebook page, LinkedIn, YouTube, you'll see me doing the live streams on Monday. And then we're going to be putting them on the Classy Career Girl podcast on Thursdays. So wherever you listen to podcasts, you can also download hundreds of podcasts I've recorded over the last decade. So definitely check out the Classic Career Girl podcast if you like this type of content. So today we're going to talk about getting noticed. If you're growing a business, we're going to talk about the art of attracting your perfect clients. And I'm excited to talk about this because one of the most common questions that I get as I am doing business coaching, I'm helping women start their businesses. Specifically, I help a lot of career coaches start their businesses as well. I love helping coaches. And one of the most common questions I get is that, like, Anna, how do I attract my ideal clients? How do I put myself out there? How do I find them? How do I bring them into my world? So we're going to talk about that today. You're going to discover what you can do, some free resources that you can create, some consultations that you can create in your business that can transform that funnel. So you're getting lots of new leads that are coming into your business. Now, when I first started my career coaching business, what I did to attract new leads and new people into the Classy Career Girl world, and by the way, this was way back in like 2013, 2012, when I was just starting my individual career coaching business. Here's what I did. My first thing that I created was a networking challenge guide. It was like an ebook full of networking tips and strategies to help job searchers with their networking plans so that they could find their dream job. And that's how I started to start kind of like building trust and a relationship with my audience. I gave them the steps of what they needed to do to find their dream job. And here's what happened. As I started to grow my email list through this little freebie that I was giving out, people would read this ebook and they would start to get to know me a little bit better. Even though we had never talked on the phone, they started to kind of understand who I was. They started to see I was an expert in career coaching. They started to see that I could help them find their dream job. So from there, then I offered a free call with me, a free strategy session. And I called it the Launch Your Dream Career Strategy Session. It was a free 30-minute session that I would offer to anyone. And all I did on that call was build trust, build a relationship, provide my recommendation to that person, which most of the time at the end it did one of the recommendations was to take my offer, to take my system and my framework as I would kind of walk them through the steps that I could help them with. And I would answer their questions. I would provide their recommendation. I would be a coach. I would help them on that call. And what that did was really start to build trust and relationship. And so those calls were easy. Those calls were fun. Those calls had great conversion because I had already started building trust and relationship through that networking ebook. Now, today, ebooks don't work as well, so I wouldn't just go run out there and create an ebook. I'm going to tell you today some of the things that I would create instead. But this is a really important thing as far as building your business through providing free content, providing value, and free calls. So the lessons that I want to talk you through today, I want to give you 3 different lessons of how you can attract your ideal clients and your perfect clients into your business. So the first thing, and I already kind of mentioned this, we want to provide value before someone gets to a sales page, before you start selling to them, before they hear your sales pitch. We just want to help them. We want to serve them. We want to provide value. This is the thing I love most about business. Everyone's always worried about being salesy, and I'm like, just help people, just serve people, just like I'm doing now. Just answer questions, just help people. This is the most fun of business. So the first thing is we want to provide value upfront that builds trust, credibility, that shows that you're an expert to your potential clients. This is where I do every single week. You see it. I have a weekly podcast, a weekly blog that shows that podcast. I have not missed a week. I think when I had a baby, I had missed a week or 2, maybe. I don't even think I did actually, because I was really planned out for maternity leave. Weekly podcast. Do not miss it. A weekly blog, either a weekly blog post, a weekly podcast, a weekly video, a weekly live stream, whatever you need to do. whatever's easiest, whatever feels the most fun. We just want to get consistent. So every single week we're showing up and we're providing value and we're answering questions. Now, the other thing that I recommend as far as providing value on social media, and by the way, you don't need a website, none of that. You just need to provide the content through social media. So the other thing that I recommend, like the one post a week, the one video a week, one live stream a week, one podcast a week, pick one, and then 3 posts on social media per week. Pick your most important social media platform. For me right now, that's Instagram. And pick one platform and try and post 3 times a week doing the same thing, building trust, building credibility, answering questions, serving, helping, providing value. Okay. So we want to connect with our audience because that helps them build trust and relationship. We want to provide awareness of the type of products that we have and why they need to hire you. And then once a week, you can also promote your freebie. You can promote your sales call or your launch your dream career sessions if you were like me. But that's what I would do. Focus on providing value. That is your first lesson. Don't worry about the sale. Just help people. Help one person every day. The second thing is we want to offer free resources or consultations so that we can start attracting qualified leads. So this is really important. What this is, if you don't know what this is, we want to provide, there's a couple of things that we can do. Let's focus first on freebies, or I call them lead magnets. So this is something that you're going to provide in exchange to get someone's email address. So if you've been on my email list or you've been around Classy Career Girl, you know one of my freebies is my free 90-day planner. You can get it at classycareergirl.com/free plan. It's this beautiful free planner. Plan out your 90 days, your annual plan, your weekly plan. I use it every 90 days. It's incredible. And it's free. And I give you that in exchange for your email address. So then I can email you and tell you about more cool stuff. So the best things that work for us, obviously the free planner is our by far greatest lead magnet. That's why we've had it for years. But also what works best for us are like toolkits, startup kits, roadmaps, any type of templates. I used to give out like a resume template. I used to give out interview answers, anything to make your potential clients' lives easier. So toolkits, it could also be like a free webinar, a free video, a free challenge. All of those things work really, really well. We're going to provide it in exchange for their email address, provide those free resources. The other thing that we want to do is we want to book these free consultations, these free calls, and call them something fun. Call them something with the benefit in the title, like the Launch Your Dream Career Strategy session, like I used to do. And that's another way where you're going to start to provide trust and start to provide a relationship and get to know people. Free resources, free consultations. That is how you attract an audience and attract your perfect clients. The third thing is that we want to give. And this is an important lesson. It might take people a while before they opt into that freebie. They might need to hear it at least 8 to 12 times or more. There are many people who have joined my programs, my certification program, my courses, my group coaching program. They joined after following me for like 3 years. And they come in and they tell me, I've been following you for years and I finally joined. So we can't give up. It could take a long time for, for your ideal clients to click that button and join, whether it's opt-in for your email list, your resources to book that sales call, or actually to pay you money and join your services or your programs. So the law of reciprocity often leads to clients investing in paid services after experiencing the value of free offerings. So this is really important as well too. This is psychology, right? You're giving. And this is why we just want to give. Not only because is it fun. This is like the fun way of doing business, is just to give free content. Even on a lot of the sales calls that I do now, I give. I just had one an hour ago and I just like answered questions and I gave and we like priced out her whole coaching business and her pricing and how many products she needed to sell. So she has a plan, all free, because I'm just building trust. I'm building a relationship. I want her to know I'm her person when she is ready to buy. Hopefully it's in the next 24 hours so she gets her bonus. But I want her to buy through me. I want her to buy my products and services because I know I can help her. And so that's my way of setting myself up to tell her that I'm an expert. So like I said, we want to give, give, give. People might need, at least the research says, like 8 to 12 times. So sometimes you need to follow up and follow up and follow up. Don't stop posting. Some people get really frustrated when they can't make a sale after one email. If you know you can help people every day, you got to help people. Help one person every day. People are watching. We had one of our clients, Katerina, in our career coach certification program. She had a potential client who was just watching all of her Instagram stories because she was doing a really good job on Instagram stories. They were watching every single Instagram story that she did. And then finally, one day, this person reached out to her and said, I want to work with you. And that was just from like following her on Instagram every single day and like just building that relationship with her, even though she never said a word until that one day she reached out and said, I want to work with you. So what you need to do today is start implementing these strategies by giving value upfront, building trust and relationship with people, providing those free resources, those free consultations, and following up 8 to 12 times. If you do this, you're going to experience new leads, new growth in your business. So I hope that this has been helpful. If you are a career coach, make sure you watch my free training. Even if you're just any type of coach, you'll actually probably really find this valuable. If you go to classycareergirl.com/career coach webinar, you can get my free training, my free startup kit on building your coaching business. Also, any type of business owner you are, if you want to go from employee to entrepreneur, you'll also really like my business tools. It's a list of all the tools that I used to build my business, and you can get that at classycareergirl.com/business tools. And then you will be on my email list because we have something exciting coming up this week, actually. We're going to be announcing something new this Wednesday, and it's only going to be open for 48 hours. So make sure you get on my list today. If you're listening this on a podcast that's going live on Thursday, it's probably happening now. So you might want to message me or just make sure that you're on my email list and you'll probably get emails about it. Thank you everyone for joining in and for following along, whether you're listening to this on a live stream or listening to the podcast, and I will see you next week.